guys? Second video in a row, and this is kind of an extension of meta-philosophy, but I want to focus more for a few minutes on philosophical writing. What are you doing when you write a philosophical essay? I mentioned in the last video that philosophy is the pursuit of truth, fundamentally, but in a way that sort of conforms to the rules of logic. So how do you put that into writing? And what you do, a philosophical essay is unique in academia. It's the only subject in which you're not allowed to belittle your opponent's argument. So you're arguing against a position, and you have to understand it, which means you have to build the strongest possible version of that position and then attack that, which is extremely difficult because a viewpoint that you disagree with raises certain emotions in you that cloud your ability to reason well, to stick to the rules of logic, or at least to use logic in a way that is actually truth-oriented. A very intelligent person can use the rules of logic in a subverted way. And that's why intelligence and wisdom are not the same thing. Intelligence is just IQ. It's the ability to basically apply logic in any given situation, regardless of the aim, regardless of whether or not you care about the truth of the matter. You can use logic to denounce truth, if that makes sense. Wisdom is the ability to see more clearly, to know between right and wrong. Wisdom is the quality of discernment, in a way, to be able to intuitively detect deception in reasoning, even if the reasoning seems very solid. So when you're writing philosophy, you have to build a strong version, the strongest possible version of your opponent's argument. Don't commit a straw man. Don't misrepresent your opponent's argument, because you have to show that you understand it. And actually, on the master's level, that's all you're doing in your thesis, is showing that you understand the thinking of a certain philosophical topic or a certain philosopher. You flesh it out. You extract all of the meaning that you can from that topic or that person's thought. And then it's not until your PhD thesis that you actually build a philosophy for yourself. But even then, your focus is probably narrowed onto one thing, so it's difficult to aim that in a more general direction regarding truth, which is why so many philosophers get by not valuing truth to begin with. Most philosophy is bad, So, yeah, philosophy is actually, as far as I know, the only academic subject in which you cannot belittle your opponent's argument. You have to show true depth of understanding. And my Otuja process, which is a method for critical reasoning, ridding yourself of emotional influence, so that you can make a well-reasoned judgment about things and take action in a truth-oriented way. It's something I'm writing a book about. I'll put my article to that in the description below. But that's kind of meant to be a precursor. It's meant to be a prerequisite, really, for doing philosophy. People make the argument all the time, oh, we should have more philosophy, more critical thinking, more logic in elementary schools and non-humanities college curriculums, but not everyone can do philosophy by default. It actually takes some self-work to be able to understand clearly a position that you do not hold and which may raise some negative emotions in you. So, yeah, plugging my own work, check out my Otuja article. It's an acronym. It stands for Observe, Think, Understand, Judge, Act. It's basically an argument about how activism's stupid. Anyway, yeah, that's philosophical writing, you're not allowed to commit any logical fallacies. You have to stay on the point. You have to argue against someone's idea, against someone's position, against the logical structure of it, and show how that may be inconsistent, incoherent, and contradictory in some way. Whereas basically in the other humanities, you can do whatever the hell you want, to put it bluntly, but it's just the truth. So yeah, it's about reducing errors in reasoning and showing understanding before anything. And of course, without understanding, your judgment about something, it's not really worth a lot. And you certainly shouldn't take action on that basis. Anyway, that's my video on philosophical writing. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. See you in the next one. Cheers.